This video really doesn't go into detail about any new events or anything. This is just a little rant I feel compelled to say about how Alex Jones is a piece of shit. And I've talked about him in the past, and I'm sure you all know he's a piece of shit, but I'm just reminded yet again of what a big, hunky, smelly piece of shit that he is. Uh, I saw the other day on TV this thing about secret societies. I don't even remember what it was called. And they didn't get into the major secret societies. There's just these small little groups that I actually met someone from. I don't remember the church sect's name or anything like that, but basically their religion revolves around Aleister Crowley. And if you study upon Aleister Crowley, he was kind of a yahoo. I mean, he was smart, don't get me wrong. I actually, when I was younger, used to look up to Aleister Crowley, but I just don't agree with his perception of reality. I mean, I just don't think that people individually have as much will to power as he proclaimed. He just took what Nietzsche said and then just threw it across the rest of the planet. I mean, he just goes way overboard on the principles of Nietzsche that, we have the potential to become gods ourselves because God made himself in man's image so that man could become in God's image. That's why Jesus is the transitional period, I guess. So, what I'm really saying here is that, Alex Jones just goes so overboard with the lies and the fear-mongering of how these institutions act. Proof is, I've never had a problem with anybody in this Aleister Crowley sect or in any other secret society. I've never actually had a problem with anybody, religious or otherwise. What I have had a problem with is people like fucking Alex Jones and David Icke, who can't seem to let me have my own opinion that isn't even in contradiction to them, on purpose. I mean, sure, I'm going to disagree with them on some subject matters, but yeah, there is an elite group of people controlling the world. No fucking shit. You don't need Alex Jones or David Icke to tell you that. There are powerful, rich, white, privileged people that run the show. Duh. And, of course, they, puppeteer wars to work to their advantage. More duh. They control the markets, they control society, they control the laws, and they do it all through the sidelines in shadowy corners, so that way they're not the face, and that way they don't get shot. No fucking duh. But why do we need to hang on the words of Alex Jones and David Icke to hear this? Why do we need to listen to a 3-hour show? Why do we need to fucking buy their DVDs and shit? And, I really don't have a problem with them doing that shit. If they want to market themselves as bringers of the truth and blah, 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 whatever. I don't agree with it, but I got bigger things to worry about. But then they made it my problem when they run their fucking little forums and start banning people and creating this artificial environment that caters specifically to them. You're gonna bitch about secret societies when you're a fucking cult. Alex Jones and David Icke are a fucking cult. And unlike Aleister Crowley, they have no wisdom to give you. There is nothing new or nothing enlightening about what they say. Everything they say, you already fucking knew. And even if you didn't know it, you're not going to completely know it through Alex Jones or David Icke or any other thing like that. You're going to get half-truth. You're going to get a misinterpreted, twisted around truth to suit the needs of Alex Jones and David Icke. It's convenient for them to make you believe that the problem is this specifically rather than looking at the big picture. And that's my problem with them. It has nothing to do with their beliefs. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're supposedly opposing the elite. If they're in such opposition to the elite, why are they the ones that have the money? Why are they the ones that have the influence? Why are they the ones that don't have to be secretive about their religious beliefs? They're not the ones keeping to themselves, going to their little churches and things and, trying to just be left alone. No, they're out there yelling and screaming and flailing their arms about, talking right out of their fucking asshole about stupid shit. Especially David Icke. You know, at least Alex Jones has the sanity to keep it realistic. Yeah, rich bankers, ooh. But David Icke goes off on these tangents about fucking reptilians and Planet X and fake moon landings and shit. And you eat it right up. But meanwhile, you know, Jim Prophet can't have his video series. You're always trying to get that shut down and everything. Because, oh, well, Jim Prophet said something mean or Jim Prophet said something offensive. Who the fuck cares? Jim Prophet isn't the one making money off of you. Jim Prophet isn't the one exploiting you. Jim Prophet doesn't want your fucking worship and gratitude. Jim Prophet is here to commit to something good. I want the world better than when I left it. That is my will to power. And unfortunately, I do not have the faith that, you know, just because an individual wills it means it's going to happen. Nor do I believe in some sort of transdimensional, I don't even know how to word this, like some kind of transdimensional suggestion, power of suggestion, that because I want something bad enough, it's going to happen. I mean, you know, physics suggests that that might be a possibility, but who's to say that that's the individual doing that and not the superorganism teetering it in one direction or another? And yes, because we are individuals, we can come into conflict with that superorganism, and thus that's why we have nations and barriers and language differences and everything in between. Because when you have this many organisms combining into superorganisms, you have the great possibility of it separating into slightly smaller but still very large superorganisms. You take like a bunch of marbles. You got fucking how many? 6 billion marbles on the planet? And let's say that they merge into, I don't know, 500 very large marbles. So, yeah, we're not all operating as one gigantic marble, but we are operating as one very large marble in a series of about 500, and then there's about 6 billion smaller marbles when you look at a microscope through it, and I'm sure even beyond that, there's even smaller marbles going at work here. So, that's the way I would word it. And I would think that's closer to what actually is than this idea of individual power. Now, I might be wrong. You know, I don't know a whole lot about Aleister Crowley. I only read a documentary book about him years ago. So, you know, I might be misconstruing what they actually believe. And if I am, I'm sorry about that. But, you know, that's what I got out of it. That's what I got out of what I read about all those years ago, and that's why I never looked into it any further, because I figured, well, this is bullshit. So, you know, and that's how I conduct myself in everything. You know, I'm not trying to offend you, I'm not trying to talk down on you, I'm not trying to convert you, I'm not trying to enforce anything upon you, I'm just telling you what is and what isn't. If you disagree, oh fucking well. If you agree, oh fucking well. I don't care either way. This is just the way it is, and until I'm told otherwise, I'm going to continue saying this is the way it is. These are the facts. That's dialectics. And a lot of people are not emotionally prepared for dialectics. They're not emotionally prepared to just say that A is A, regardless of whether or not we want it to be. So, that's just what I'm getting at here. And you know what? I trust the Masons and the Illuminati and all this other mysterious fantasy bullshit more than I trust Alex Jones, because the Illuminati never banned me, the Masons never banned me, the Jewish banking system never banned me. So they're already spinning circles around fucking Alex Jones. I honestly hope Alex Jones fucking dies. I hope his children die. I hope he gets a goddamn heart attack right in front of his kids and scars them for life. So that's all I have to say.